So even, the oxygen we breathe that we can't see, but we know, we feel it, our life force comes from nature, comes from the sun, the light, life-giving energy, oxygen from the trees to keep us alive, water from rain and streams and lakes and natural springs. So nature right here with us, the universe is supporting us every step of our lives, bringing us life, but also bringing us joy, bringing us shelter, bringing us heat, bringing us cool. Everything we need, the earth provides for us. From a practical point of view, we just see that. So we can take that a step further and go deeper with that from a spiritual aspect as well. So depending again on your beliefs, but if you believe in the Big Bang, well, it happened. The Big Bang happened. That's a given. But that Big Bang, when that happened, we were born from that. That actually, the energy from source, from that bang, runs through our blood. It's in our DNA. It's in every single cell of our body. So we are literally made of stardust. We are literally made of the universe. And going deeper into that from a spiritual aspect, for me, I believe that source, source energy, I believe that is infinite wisdom. I believe that, this is my personal belief, and it may or may not resonate with you or, with anyone listening. But I believe that this world, this universe, the planet that we live in, the universe that we live in, there's so much harmony and perfection and synchronicities and symbiotic relationships. It just seems that for that to be created, there must have been an incredible amount of wisdom and intelligence behind that. And also benevolence, love, because we are so supported. And then we've got energies coming through. So energy never dies. Energy never disappears. It becomes something else. And every thought we have is like a little packet of energy. And it goes out, it doesn't stay here, it goes out. So every person that's lived before you, all their thoughts and wisdom are energies in an ethereal universe. The energy of infinite wisdom runs through our blood and in our DNA. And our bodies are such an incredible support system as well when you tune in. And so that universal energy that comes and speaks through us when we have our intuition, when we talked about this, we will be talking about this more with our divine feminine power in next month's theme, but that is our support system. The energy of our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and our ancestral line, that hasn't gone away. That is part of our support system. Their knowledge, their wisdom is passed down to us. So, I mean, that's incredibly profound, and you may or may not resonate with that, but that for me brings me a huge inner sense of knowing, that feeling that I am not alone. And I remember being younger and feeling so alone and not fitting in anywhere. And, having a family of 3 brothers, and my sister was a lot older, but I was the only female in the family. And I felt really alone. But that feeling, that empty loneliness has completely gone, and has been gone for very long time, because I have this inner sense of knowing and this inner sense of deep, profound peace and harmony, that I am not alone, that I have this incredible support system that loves me, and I no longer need to do anything alone.
And what you open up in that is that when you talk about not needing to be alone, you're not just talking about people that are around you, you're talking about kind of organic matter, you're talking about plants and trees and oxygen and air, and that you are, even in the absence of people, you are not truly alone. And you, even in the darkest times, you are given solace and hope by those who have been before, those who send their love from afar. So yeah, it's
and the love that we can't even imagine, the love that I now feel, that comes from, whether you call that source energy, infinite wisdom, God, Allah, whatever your belief systems are, but the love, and I'm tearing up because it just feels, I feel that love coming through me, within me. And that love is also a big part of, that's the support system. So it's not just the physical, in-person, the power of many, but it's the power of the nature that around us. It's the power of the universe, infinite wisdom, God, Allah. And I apologize for missing, any Hindu gods that you may believe in. It's the I believe that is a benevolent energy. It's not a judging energy. It's not an energy to be feared. It's love, pure, unconditional love.
and one of the most healing actions that you can take, that is within anybody's grasp, is to connect to that and to reconnect to that. And again, this is something that you lose when you're caught in the frantic. You don't create space and time for the stillness. And one of the most profound ways to connect that I found and discovered through my own growth, my own learning, has been through grounding directly into source, to releasing what's not needed back to source, letting go of that energy so that it can be recycled and brought back into the cycle of life in a different way. And that can be expressed in many different words. And you hear people describe angels and releasing kind of their thoughts to angels to resolve and to take away. But for me, the imagery of grounding and an energetic connection has been the strongest. It's been the most resonant, as it were.
Yeah, so connection can be through meditation, prayer, quiet, spending time in nature, and grounding yourself in a very easy, simple way that can just take a few minutes when we're feeling, when we want to create that space, when we're feeling really out of balance, to just center yourself and ground yourself to the earth. And I can do a little quick activation meditation on that if you want me to do that. Yeah.
I think that would be really helpful because, as I say, kind of this is an area that I've explored, but I don't think that all of our audience will have had a chance to. And I think it is an incredible gift that fits so well with this topic. So would you mind?
No, no. And actually, if you are somebody that lives a lot up in here in your head, or, you hear of people sort of talk about spiritual people being really floaty. And some people live up here. It's important to ground yourself back into earth because it's all part of the same thing. So you need balance. Again, you need balance between up here, although it's not up here, it's in our bodies, it's within us, but up and connecting to the earth. So this would be a great piece to download or to re-listen to. So if you can, you may not be able to, but if you can, and if you can't now, then re-listen later. So there's several ways that you can do this. You can do this sitting down in your house. My favorite is to get outside barefoot and my feet on the earth, on the grass. So that you actually feel the earth. But if you can't do that right now, which I'm not going about to run outside and do that, although I might after. So you want to, if you can take your shoes off and you can take any footwear off, take that off and get your bare feet on the ground. If not, it's fine without. And you want your feet, knees, hips, shoulders parallel with each other. So there's sort of a slight distance between your legs. But at the same time, you're sitting up, but you're slightly relaxed. Shoulders down. Relax and soften the face. Release your brow. Release your jaw. And if you want, you can place your hands on your lap, palms facing up. And just do a couple of little gentle breaths and bring yourself to the present. And if you can, slightly deepen that breath. Breathing in through the belly and expanding the belly as you breathe in. And as you exhale, let go. And it doesn't matter if you can't visualize this or imagine this. Just be present to my words. And if your mind drifts off, just come back to my voice. So feet nice, firmly planted on the ground. Gently breathing in and out. I want you to visualize your feet growing roots down into the ground, through the grass, the soil, deeper and deeper into the different layers of the earth's crust. And visualize the core of the earth, however that looks for you. And can see those roots connecting to the core of the earth. For me, that's Mother Nature. The energy of Mother Nature. And breathe that in. Feel yourself steady, rooted. And feeling the energy of Mother Earth, that nurturing, unconditional and supportive energy coming up through those roots moving up all the way through the earth's layers to the surface and up through your feet, your lower legs, into your hips, up through your body to your heart center, just in between your ribs and the center of your chest. And allow that unconditional, loving energy of Mother Earth, Mother Nature, to expand outwards from your heart center, filling your chest with unconditional love, healing, nurturing, and supportive energy. And coming up all the way up the neck, into your head, and just allow that energy to fill your body and expand upwards and outwards and downwards. That lovely grounding, nurturing, unconditional love and support is moving through and expanding through your body, filling every single cell in your body with that feeling of support, unconditional love, and healing. And just sit with that. Allow it to move through your body. Filling every single cell with unconditional love, healing, and support from Mother Nature. Bringing you a deep sense of harmony and connection. And just breathe that in. Allow it to move through your body. You may feel some sensations, you may not. There's no right or wrong. You may just see or feel nothing, but that's okay. Just sit with it, relaxing your mind. And visualize that energy in every single cell of your body, every part, gland, organ, with unconditional love, support, healing, bringing you a deep sense of inner peace, love, and harmony. And when you're ready, just allow the roots of your feet to come back into your feet. The energy is still within you. You're still there. It's always there for you. It surrounds you. Allow those roots to come back up to your feet. You are always connected with nature. You are of nature, not separate. You are an intricate part of nature, part of the jigsaw. You are of nature. When you're ready, open your eyes, rub your fingers together, your hands together, and bring yourself back into the room or back to your surroundings. And if you feel like you need to, take a nice big deep breath. Move your body a little bit. How did that feel, Claire?
Just an incredible calm and love and care and connection and realignment.
Yes. Yeah, alignment is key. So that's a really amazing, powerful tool for you that you can use anytime when you're feeling in your head, just reminding you that you have support. There's always support around you. But I want to, sorry, go on, Claire.
I was going to say, and there are so many bits of guidance that come through around meditation, around journaling, around so many different activities and what to do at the beginning of the day, what to do at the end of the day. But what I genuinely love about the grounding you just walked us through is that maybe took 5 minutes. And to achieve that depth of experience in 5 minutes is incredible. It doesn't have to be extravagant or expensive or really cost intensive in terms of time and energy. This is 5 minutes.
And if you didn't feel anything at that time, if you know, your brain might have been too busy, you might have been, you know, your ego might have come into play and said, oh, this is a load of nonsense. Just give yourself some time and practice it, because, you know, that was a little activation. So it's kind of a meditation, but it was more activating part of the truth of who you are. As well, you know, the truth of who you are is that you're part of nature and you have all this love and all this support, because we are born to thrive and flourish. And we wouldn't just be put on the, I mean, for me, we wouldn't just be put here on this earth and go, there you go, off you go. That just, for me, that makes no sense. So practice, I highly recommend that you practice that on a regular basis, daily if you can. And be patient. Just give yourself permission, and every time you feel your thoughts going off, keep bringing them back. Because you know, our minds are so busy, it's hard to focus. Just a little bit of practice, and you will reap the rewards.
And even further than that, the connection back up to practice that I encourage people to take is around micro hacks, micro PQ reps throughout the day, and even just 10 seconds of stillness and shifting to your senses, that you observe something that's around you, whether it's with your ears or whether it's with your touch or whether it's with your sight. Again, from a neurological sense, that disrupts the neural pathways, and that's why it's so highly effective.
And what does PQS stand for, Claire?
Oh, it's a PQ rep, so it's a
PQ rep,
positive intelligence rep. And they act as sensory hacks, as it were, to disrupt your automatic thought patterns. But actually, it goes beyond that, because it creates that connection back to the universe at the same time, because you're reminding yourself that you're of the universe and in the universe.
So yes, and it's bringing you, like you say, it's disrupting the brain pattern, but it's also bringing you to the present, and it's getting you in your body, not in your head. It's taking you out of your head and getting you in your body.
For sure.
Mm.
And if you look at Will Hoth and cold water therapy, again, kind of it brings you into your body, and that of course has a hormonal stimulus to it. It has a neurological stimulus to it, but again, it's bringing you back. I think it's different language to describe the same effect.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, there's lots of different things that you can do, and it's finding what resonates with you to bring you to that point, to bring you centered, grounded, and in your body. And I think by having these conversations, you start to realize that actually I do have a support system around me. I'm not meant to do this alone. So then the practicality of that is asking for help. Like I think when you realize that you're not here to do everything by yourself, that you don't have to play the lone wolf, it makes asking for help easier. Would you agree with that, Claire?
I agree, and the exercise we went through is a very safe way of asking for help, because it's asking for help from the universe around you, and is a tiny step towards asking for help from others, whether that be your partner or a family member or a friend or somebody in your network, in terms of a referral, or even recently a complete stranger. Being able to ask for that help connects you with others, and also I believe that others are put in your path at different points in order to provide that support, much as you are in other people's lives, to provide that support or that challenge or that encouragement on their path. We're so intertwined, we don't realize.
There are so many synchronicities that happen especially when you're in alignment and you're connected. We're always connected. We're never not connected. It's whether we're feeling that connection and tuned into it. But if the more you start to notice things lining up for you and the synchronicities that happen, the more you will notice them. And I think with asking for help, as you said, when we ask for help, we also, somebody that's helping us is actually also growing and learning from that experience as well. So there is a mutual gain from asking somebody else for help. So why do you think, Claire, you said in one of our episodes about when we were talking about balance, you asked, we mentioned asking for help, and I'm intrigued, what is it that was so difficult for you, or has been so difficult for you to reach out and ask for that help? What's underlying that?
So there are a couple of really strong elements. One is around, and we've touched on it in this episode, around expectations. And so a perception that if you ask for help, it's not just around vulnerability, but it feels like you're demonstrating to the other person that you failed because you should be able to do it on your own, and you don't want them to see you in that way. The other really strong element is around the fear of rejection. And so if you ask for help and the other person says no, how does that play out? And that's a really deep one. That's one to overcome.
And again, if we are deeply connected to ourselves, that kind of all goes away, because we know who we are, and we know we are loved beyond our imaginations, when we have that feeling of inner sense, that really deep inner sense of being loved unconditionally, all of that goes away. But there are practical tools that you can use as well to help you move beyond that feeling of rejection. So I think one of the things to ask yourself, everybody that's listening, to ask yourself is, do you want to make this easier for yourself, or do you want to struggle? And if that person says no, they may have some very good reasons, but there'll be somebody else that can help. And their no is not a rejection of you. It's not about you. It's about where they are at that time. Maybe they don't have time. Maybe they've got too much on their plates. Maybe they're not a very giving person in the first place. You know, so that reflection, if they say no, it's not a reflection on you and who you are. But there is always support. There is always solutions. There is always help. So do you want to make it harder? Do you want to make it easier? You have a choice.
Also in that sense, sorry to interrupt, around the making it harder and making it easier, it's very rare that our goals are selfish.
Mm-hmm.
So very often we want to do better, we want to kind of earn more money because we want to take better care of our family, or we want, you know, kind of with the more money that recirculates that as energy elsewhere. It's very rare that it's a purely selfish act. And so for many people, and particularly women, where they're taking care of families too, kind of they want to grow in order to be more full, to be more present, to be able to provide more to those around them. And so asking for help, it can be a way of asking for help for yourself, but it's also a way of asking for help for those who, it's not just about you. It's about those involved.
There's a big ripple effect, because a lot of our listeners are people that want to make an impact, want to make a difference to this world. And you can't possibly make that difference by yourself. So asking for help, it's, you know, get over yourself and do it, because by you asking for help, again, it's the power of many. You can create change. You can create such an incredible impact that, again, you have no idea the ripple effect of that and how many lives that touches in a positive way. And then you're making way for the next generations. You're making way for, you know, other people that are coming up. You are making it easier for them, because we no longer need to prove ourselves as women. We need to come together and lift this planet up, lift that energy up. And we can't do that if we're doing it by ourselves. And this, you know, and we've spoken about this before, Claire, about the collaboration that we have with this podcast. You know, if we did this by ourselves, it just wouldn't be this, I think. And I know, you know, we've had some incredible reviews from people, and we've had lots of 5-star ratings. So it shows that we're doing something right. And I believe that by us working together and coming together and collaborating, we're having far more impact than we would if we did it by ourselves. Plus, we have so much fun doing it. It's so much easier.
It feels right to collaborate. It feels right to. It feels easy to do it together.
Yes.
And that's to find that it's the right thing.
Yeah. Yes. So I think it's important to notice how you are being supported in now, who supports you, and how you're supported, and stretch that. See how, you know, the more you get support, the bigger difference you can make to your lives, your loved ones, and the ripple effect of that and the planet.
Yeah.
The power of many, people.
It is the power. It is the power of many indeed, and to embrace and listen and ask for help and be a part of community.
Mm.
It's not just take. There's so much that you give back all of the time as well. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of our next projects as well, Claire, when we both have the space to do that, is we both want to create a community with our listeners. We're starting to do that with asking questions in our podcast. So if you see a question, we'd love you to respond. And we want to delve deeper and deeper into that as we progress in our journey. We want to support you more and build that community. The power of many.
Indeed. Incredible. So, circling back, and this is the last episode of this month, looking at work-life balance. We've focused very much on balance and how seeing yourself as connected to many and asking for help and offering help and reconnecting to the energies around us, to the power of many, can really unlock the next layer of balance to help you to fulfill where you're meant to be, where your journey's meant to take you. Oh, Jen, I've loved this conversation.
Yeah, me too. I hope you have as well, listeners. Please let us know. Let us know what you've got from this. What was your big, because I think there was quite a few aha moments through this. So what was your biggest aha? What was your best? What did you like the most about this episode? I'd love to hear. Love to know. Yes, it's been awesome. Thank you.
For now, you take care. Take care, everyone out there, and remember, you're connected. We've got your back too. I will obviously have to edit out all of that.